and welcome. This is MADEFEM Media Half Hour on television. My name is Toyin Bamishaye Oni, welcoming you to the program. Each week on the program, we'll have three segments. The first 10 to 15 minutes of the program will be devoted to one-on-one with TBO. That is an interview segment on the program. The second segment will be our community, the grassroots. And while the last segment will be devoted to the younger generations that we tagged Gen Zs on our weekly bus. Hello and welcome. My name is Toyin Bamishaye Oni, welcoming you to One-on-One with TBO. Today on the program, we want to talk about labor. We want to talk about something that is important to workers in Nigeria, and we narrow it down to Lagos State. And to do this on the program today, it's no other person than the chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress in Lagos State, Comrade Agnes Fomi Sesi. You're welcome to the program, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. We thank you so much for your time and thank you for this unique opportunity to talk to you on one-on-one with TBO. Now, I know that each year, every 1st of May is celebrated as Workers' Day, and we narrow it down to Lagos State. What can we say that Nigeria Labour Congress has really achieved in Lagos, just in a nutshell, before we go to other aspects of the burning issues in Nigeria presently?
Thank you very much, Auntie. In Lagos, we have a very cordial relationship. Our governor maintains an open door policy, and the issues bordering on labor matters are being resolved, on the table, either the round table or rectangular table. So the salaries of the workers every month is very regular, and every worker receive their salary on or before 25th of every month in Lagos State. Then in year 2019, when I came on board as the chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress, the minimum wage then was 30,000 naira. The governor of Lagos State was the first amongst the governors in the country to implement the minimum wage. Not only paying the 30,000, but he also added a little to it because of the Lagos factor, and he implemented 35,000 naira minimum wage. This time around, last year, there was another minimum wage increase to the workers, which was federal 70,000 naira. The governor of Lagos State, even without prompting and having to drive him to make issues out of, he just follow the law of the land on the new minimum wage, and he also added to it and he implemented 85,000 naira. He was also amongst the first that implemented the minimum wage, and he also improved on what even the federal government workers are being paid. So we are lucky. I'm not saying that we've had everything that we actually require or needed,
because that 85,000 cannot take Nigerian passport nowadays. Nigerian passport is 100,000 if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
And the minimum wage is 85,000 naira. Now let's jump to another burning issue in the country. I know your background, and I know that you work with the Lagos State University last year, and I know that it's like the current strike action by lecturers, by Ofiwe Sanu, and by other ASU. I know it's a recurring figure every year. I remember some years back you were on our program, and I had the opportunity to interview you then that when are we going to have a lasting solution to this incessant strike action?
Thank you very much. There is this the government is a continuous one. Soldier go, soldier come, barracks remain. So when a government is there, the issues concerning the welfare of the populace, if it's not well attended to and it's the right of the people, that issue will still continue to reverberate. all the time. So in year 2009, there was this federal government agreement with the university, and the person that represented the federal government then on that side as the chairman of the committee was Mr. Steve Orosoye. And there were so many listed or itemized things that was supposed to be fulfilled on the part of government. But since 2009, many of those listed things that were supposed to be fulfilled are still outstanding. So the workers, when they spoil for work and they just want to get what is due to them, by any means.
So the only language that the government would
understand
is strike action.
You go on strike. It's either at the end of the day, it's either the labour or the workforce, they will now share that idea, or they will be appealed to because of our students, because of our children, that the position of the workers should be left without being resolved. So this issue has continued to come up in even the successive administration, and that's why we are still finding ourselves. But let me remind you quickly that recently and this year, the politicians, they increase their own salary. They increase their own salary without anybody going on strike, without anybody picking up any issue or whatever. It was a very peaceful negotiation, and it was a wrap amongst them, and it was a wrap within a very few weeks. So we too, on our own side, the workers, we have seen this, and we are also making our own projection that the 70,000 naira minimum wage was a starvation wage, which will not even be able to sustain the workers. In fact, many people look at it that how does the workers survive? How do they survive with 70,000 naira? If you have to look at it, since the removal of fuel subsidy, so many things, life has become so difficult and hard for Nigerians and workers, most especially. You have to wait and calculate 30 days make 1 month. And now, most especially for people that live in Lagos, the rent has escalated. The 2 or 3 bedroom flat where you pay like ₦1 million before, now you have to cough out like 2.5 million
even
to
more.
3 million.
Yeah.
So for all this now, people will have to ask for more wage. If the politicians that we believe that they are just appropriating resources to themselves are still asking for more, so how will anybody blame the workers if they want to ask for more? So it's the same society. We go to the same market, the social facilities like electricity, nobody will be left out. They will not say because you're a worker, you're on 70,000 naira minimum wage, come and pay less. We even pay more.
Now let's come to the issue of the workers, the lecturers in the university. The Minister of Education, Anabsa, has come out to say that if you don't work, you won't get your pay. So, what is going to happen? What next line of action?
Well, the answer is not far-fetched. So he is doing the bidding of those who put him in the office. He can come and rant. As I can say, is a rant from the minister. So I made bold to say that the right of the worker is to protest, and nobody, I mean it, no minister or nobody can stop the workers from exercising their fundamental human right. If they have been denied of their right for so long and they are asking for it, the office is a continuous one, as I told you, and even Mr. President agreed that the project in his hand or the assignment of the office is, he knows what is going into, and he accepted the challenge of going into that office.
Now, what is the problem of Pengassan? Does it mean they are not happy that we have a private refinery? What is the problem?
The Pengassan is not about Pengassan not happy with private entrepreneurship or whatever. But the truth is that Dangote as a capitalist entrepreneur, for so long, the labour has already beamed their torchlight on Dangote and its industries.
Yeah.
So for so long, Dangote has several company and enterprises. But find it so difficult to allow the people to exercise their fundamental rights.
That is to join a union.
To join a union is the right of every worker to decide and join a union of that particular trade. Those who are working in Dangote refinery, they cannot go and join maritime. They are working in the refinery. Those who are working in the refinery, they cannot join nurses and midwife association. They must join a union that is doing a trade or synonymous with what Dangote workers are doing. Thank you so much. Let me wrap it by saying that this is a wake up call to the governor of Lagos State that now it is very obvious that 85,000 naira can no longer sustain the workers. So we are using this to call out our governor. I know that he has a listening here. We have also spoken to him on October 1st. Imo State, Hope Uzodinma can announce 104,000 naira to the workers. What is our governor in Lagos State waiting for? The center of excellence, where life, you have to struggle and struggle before you can meet up at the livelihood. So our governor, we're expecting nothing less than 250,000 naira.
Thank you so much, the chairman of Nigeria Labour Congress in Lagos State, Comrade Agnes Folisese. Thank you so much, and that's about all we can take on this session, one-on-one with TBO. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the rest of the program. The 3-day Sustainable Urban Mobility Conference, themed Harnessing Clean Urban Transport, Innovation and Investment in Africa, has been concluded. Keynote speakers, including Ms. Lola Onabolu from the State Debt Management Office and Babalwa Nyoka from South Africa, shared strategies for developing transport systems such as trains, BRT buses, and biogas vehicles, focusing on sustainable and investment opportunities.
Lagos State have invested over 3 trillion channeled to infrastructure development in the last 5 years. The initiatives that we've used the proceeds to finance, Lagos Blue Line, definitely were one of the major sources of finance for the Lagos Blue Line, the Red Line, the Badagry Dual Carriage, Agege Pen Cinema, so many projects. These are just a few.
So the feasibility is a partnership. If you go back one slide, it's a partnership between ourselves, the Global Environmental Fund, DBSA, as well as our South African Energy Department. Yes, there is funding allocated for the project, but the funding that is allocated is not sufficient because we have measured that the funding will be sufficient only to procure the buses, but not necessarily the infrastructure that is required to support the feasibility.
Lamata Managing Director, Engineer Mrs. Abimbola Akinyajo, highlighted the need to harness clean energy, improve the rail system, and expand electric transportation across Africa.
So we want to have, like I said before, electric and CNG to reduce emissions and to ensure that we have a more environmentally friendly atmosphere. For this particular one, the vision is to create 5 mega terminals for Lagos in Agbara, in Berger, in Ekpe, Odogunyo, and Songo. These areas were picked out of a detailed feasibility study that we did with the World Bank, and that was completed in 2017. What we really want to do now is to update that feasibility study and prepare an outline business case for it, and also to begin to look at the opportunities for having the terminals managed by the private sector.
Representative from Freetown, Durban, South Africa, among others, discussed efforts to enhance transport infrastructure and promote growth, followed by a question and answer session, engaging experts on sustainable mobility.
So there's in the big master plan, the LRTs are integrated with the BRTs, with the NMT, and as you'll see, the LRTs themselves are connected. There's a very strong interconnectivity of all the modes to make sure that people can move as effectively as possible.
We have a very simple yet ambitious aim, which is to promote more efficient, safe, reliable and sustainable infrastructure projects by providing innovative financing structures and really fostering the commercial elements in our projects.
In an interview with MADEFEM Media, participants emphasized on collaboration and innovation, noting that shared ideas will help build sustainable urban transport system across Africa.
I think there's a great opportunity for West African cities to electrify the public transport. The key challenges that are emerging from the discussions are skills in capacity building, energy and electricity, and innovative financing models.
So let's hope that this continental discussion will cascade down to the states, to the countries and to the states, so that every state, every country begin to take the issue of public transportation and urban mobility as a very serious issue. If we do that, then we'll have succeeded in the conference.
The 3-day conference is expected to inspire policies that will transform transportation across the continent.
Hi everyone, welcome to Weekly Buzz by MADEFEM Media. I'm Aremu Temitope, and here with me in the studio we have
Onifetoluwanimi. Nice to meet you.
Today we have an interesting, exciting topic to discuss. And I can't even wait to hear your opinion. Ife, can you tell us the topic for today?
The topic is city life versus village life, the future and the comfort of it. Which one would you choose?
Yes, speaking of that, which one brings more joy,
More
peace of
comfort
mind
to you?
when you have to choose between city and village? Which one really gives you that peace of mind?
Which one will you choose? Which one do you
Speaking about me, to be sincere, this is not a movie. I'll pick city, of course.
Because it's buzzing.
Of course I will, because when we talk about village thing, there's a lot of limited access to things that actually help us to feel like humans.
Okay.
Because in terms of good health facility, in terms of road, in terms of all those things, I say as some people drink a river water, all those type of things. No, this is 2025. We should be doing that. So I'll pick city life over it. What's boy?
I will say that I am in between. Because I'm in between in the sense of a lot of people moved from the village life to the city life, and still when they grow old they want to retire to the village life. Why? Because it's quiet, it's peaceful, there's no papa at 2 a.m. and you want I would say there's a reduction of tension, you can sleep well, the air is clean,
everything is natural.
Vegetable, yes, it's natural. Aside from the river water, you can do borehole, you can do well, you can do all that, and you get the comfort. There's luxury because even for a lot of people, they will prefer, they have house in the city, they have house in the village. That way, they can go back and forth between comforts because they can build bigger houses in the village. Things are specific places or villages in Nigeria. Things are cheaper, but not all places are cheaper. But at least you still get to live that life. The way I'm talking, as if I'm supporting village life.
Oh, I can say that. You really want to go back to that lifestyle.
I'm not
19th centuries, I know. Actually, I respect that fact of it being calm and peaceful.
Yeah.
It's actually true. I respect it, but don't let us forget that it can most times be boring when you find yourself being limited to some things. You just get to see just one thing.
Yeah.
Most of them, when they wake up straight to the farm, coming from the farm.
Do I have to go to the farm? I can't. Hello?
How will you survive? You have to dig the soil. You don't have to.
I'll survive. I'll go to the market.
That's what village entails. Yeah, you don't really have to. It's not compulsory.
True.
But what other things you want to find yourself doing?
You can find people.
Okay, you can be an hunter. Actually.
Yes. I can be an hunter. So I should carry a bow and arrow.
What do you want to be doing in the
I'm
village?
looking for rats.
What do you want to be doing in the village? That's village.
No.
Is it that you're a farmer
What
or
can I do for you now?
Or
There's
this-
connection. That's the thing with village. You don't really, you can knock on your next door neighbor's door, say how far. Sheleron.
Omateo. They're not going to give you next time. They'll say, no, what's here? No. So you just have to find yourself doing all those things. You just have to, village, it's natural. Anything you find yourself doing there, it has to be very close to the soil.
Yeah.
So there's not much factories. What am I even saying? Is there even any? Nothing like factory in the village. Nothing.
Yeah.
So to me, I'll pick cities. Despite the stress, I know.
The oppression.
I will still pick it over village because there are sometimes my grandma will be telling me stories of things they went through back then. She will tell me they trek long distance just to go and market their products because there's no cars. How will you get Uber in the village now?
No, that was
you have to trek
now
it.
you can still see car in the village now. That's if you drive it.
That's for the rich people. And we be knocking their door. They want me soldier. You will trek some distance. Not like cities. You find bike, keke everywhere, koropedia everywhere. Just from your street to another street, you see a bike that will take you. Village, maybe there's just this particular driver. Or particular bicycle. Yes. My grandma told me that back then in the village, they have this particular driver. And they used to give them appointments. Maybe once in a week. So you have to...
You build them.
It's not
5K.
There's no luxury there.
Yeah.
There's peace of mind, but there's no
peace of
luxury.
mind.
Let's even talk about the health issue. When you're sick, is it that they rely on agbo? And if the agbo does not work, your life is on God. Because when you see hospitals, of course you just have to be God, I beg, save me. So I'll actually be sitting. There's stress, I know, but I can balance it. When I go through stress, I can go to amusement park to eat myself.
You can go to the club, you can go and hang out with your friends.
Free my head. I know I have access to things I need.
Closer,
yes.
There's the friends. And
I can manage the stress as well. Unlike village, of course, no, my grandma lived that life. I don't want to do that again. So I'll pick village over city.
You pick city over village.
I'll pick city.
And then how we remain in between. There's still the benefit. You've already mentioned all the benefits of the city. There's a comfort. There's a luxury too. Fast cars, people, food, entertainment, social life. All of it, it's plenty. And the village life has the quiet, the comfort, the suffering.
And that's why we have December to always go back to.
Yes,
so December is enough for me to feel it. I don't want to live there. December is enough for me to. Sometimes I crave for it, I won't lie. Sometimes I'll just tell my dad, when next are we going?
I even think that's why people in the city just go back December. Because they'll be like,
the
silence is too much, let me come back.
It will be best. It will be best if you have villagers. How will I put it? This form of after the old January to December stress, just go back to the village to ease everything. That's enough. Instead of living there and to me, city always.
You make it in the city and then you go back home to at least develop some. That's what rich people here are doing there. Because some people's houses here is different from their houses in the village. You look at the mansions in the be like, and then you can just see them living maybe like a regular life in the city. So they'll say, at home I know that everything is there. Let me just keep struggling or working here. I can take leave or go Christmas. Just kick your leg up in your house, send them,
that's true.
Power or something.
I know, city life. I know. Talking about this actually, it depends on people's choice.
Yeah.
Depends. I still know some people that will still pick that village. Of course. So it depends on people's choice. Just for me, city always.
More than 80%. More than 80% will choose city. The 20% will obviously be the aged population, or maybe like few people that still like the village or are from the village.
So tell us what you feel. Tell us what you would choose. Is it city or village? Let us know in the comment section. Once again, my name is Aremu Temitope, and here with me is
Oni Ifetoluwanimi. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let us truly know your opinion. Share to others, and have a great day. Bye.
And that's our package on the program this week. Don't forget, the conversation ends now in the studio, but continues on our YouTube channel, our Instagram, and also our Facebook and TikTok. My name is Toyi Banishaye Oni. Don't forget to like, comment, and also share. I'll see you next week. Bye.